Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is a little bit different in the fact that it's a video that I filmed for a demonstrator event a couple of weeks ago. But I wanted to show you the card as well, so I thought I would film an extra intro and show you the cards that I made with this suite and the make and take that I created. First, I wanted to just show you the suite that I'm using today, and it is called You're a Peach. This is a suite that I looked in the catalogue and went, nope, that is not for me. It's fruit, and that I just think it's a bit strange. But my friend Heidi, the lovely Flutter by Heidi here on YouTube, convinced me that actually there's more to this than fruit. So I jumped in and bought the whole lot. So the great thing about sweets in the Stampin' catalogue this year is that they are much less than they used to be. You know, I mean, I remember a couple of years ago we were spending £160 for a sweet and it was a little bit mad. Stampin' have really pared it back, so you get 4 items in a sweet now, and they're at a much more reasonable price. So this one's £53 for everything, and it has 1 item number. You can also buy everything kind of individually, but I wanted to show you it because there is designer series paper in this suite, and you can't see it on the suite page. It is featured at the back, when I can find it here, but you only see, when I find it, here's the paper, you only see that image, which doesn't really show you the paper in this pack. So I wanted to show you kind of the whole suite before I jump in to the rest of the video. So You're a Peach is this lovely Stampin' die bundle where you have got this leaf image, and this is an image that I will use later on, this leaf image, and it is cut out by this die, but also both the flowers and the little peaches fit into this image. Just brilliant. The sentiments are lovely as well, and some of them do pair up, so you've got You're as sweet as a peach, or Thanks for being as sweet as a peach. Love those. Really lovely. I like it when you can pair them together. So that is the stamps and the dies. Then you've got these. These are the mini jam jars. I have to admit, this is the box they come in. I have opened them once. But can't open them now. You get 6 food-safe little jars. They are plastic, really cute little lids. But they remind me, and this is probably the scientist in me, of bug collecting pots, or the nurse in me says that they're for specimens. So I'm not completely sure what I'm going to use them for, but I've got them because I spent the money and bought the whole suite. But I am sure there will be some fabulous things. I will come up with something for those. I just don't know what. And then you've got the designer series paper. Now this is the bit that normally I go, oh, I'm not really a designer series paper person. I'm turning into that designer series paper person because this paper, although it's themed, has got some really nice prints in it. So there is this lovely stripe that I'm going to use today, and on the back is that pretty floral. As you can see, I've been hacking into this paper. We've got some peaches, and the back of that is this pretty polka dot, which I love. Is that the same? Oh, isn't that lovely? That's a really nice print, but this is really versatile. Love that. And then we've got this one, which has got those beautiful blue polka dots on the back, and this lovely stripe, which I do really like, is in I need to put my teeth in, is this pretty floral, and I think that is it. Oh, and there's this one where you've got peaches and flowers on one page and cute little peaches on the back. Now this, I was watching Patty Bennett, and she reviewed this suite a couple of weeks ago, and she said Mary Ann Gilbright, and I think that is very true. It's very pretty, hand painted, just yeah, lovely, happy, pretty paper. And not what I would normally buy. So that's the suite as a whole. I am now going to show you the video that I made for my demonstrator friends. Thank you ever so much for watching. See you soon. Okay, so I have made more samples with this particular suite than I thought I would, and I found it much easier than I thought I was going to. Because it's not, you know, fruit isn't really my thing, but hey, I'm embracing it, and actually I've really, really enjoyed it. So this is not the first card I made, actually, but I thought this was a really cute, really simple little card. So I've die cut the flowers, and it's actually flowers I had left over from another card. A little strip of designer series paper, sentiment, quick, easy, simple. And actually this, the flowers, I actually only stamped 2 of. So the flower stamp itself, I'll show you, is 3. You get 3 stamps, 3 images on the stamp. But actually, when you then go to die cut that, I'll show you the die that goes with it, it's this one, it will die cut 3 individual flowers. So that's how I got the 3 flowers, and then all I did was just ink up 2 flowers and stamped all the way down, kind of a peak stamping. You could grab your Stamparatus for that. I just eyeballed it, but anyway. So that is my first one. The first card I actually made is this one, and this is where these flowers have come from, so they were left over. I think it's in the catalogue, there's an image of it kind of a little bit like this, but I just saw a wreath and thought, saw the leaves, thought, yeah, I'm sure I can make a wreath out of that, and it's just so pretty on, you know, piece of designer series paper behind. Just lovely. Yes, I have fussy cut the sentiment. Sorry. But this isn't my make and take. I did consider doing it as a home decor piece though. And I do have a frame ready. And I think I probably will do it as a home decor piece for my blog. Because I just think it's really lovely. And I've added the gilded gems, which aren't in the suite. But I thought I'd just set it off lovely. So that's the second one. Then I made this one, which, you know, when a card just makes your heart happy, this is one of those cards. I don't know what it is about it, but I just thought, yeah, I think it's the peaches. I really do. They just make me smile. So that's that one. That's just a piece of Whisper White that I've literally cut in an 8x8 square. And this, I really love this die. A little simple, rectangular, kind of off. Is it a rhombus? You know, kind of wonky rectangle. Just to add a little bit of colour. You could put a bit of ribbon there instead, but I thought, use cardstock. Why not? So I love that one. And then there's this one. Again, I've used that same die, but I've put the sentiment in it this time. And layered the sentiments together. So thanks for being as sweet as a peach. But I love this. This is another one of those cards. I think this is why I think it's the peach image that's making me smile. Because it's just lovely. Now, this peach is actually stamped in 2 colours, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So it's so you've got that kind of ombre effect, which I just think is really, really pretty. And then this is the card that I'm using as my make and take, but I'm going to change it up a little bit because these peaches are lovely. And this is they're stamped here in Pale Papaya, but I just feel like it's a little bit flat. So I thought I would remake it for you today as my make and take. And you can decide whether you want to make it this way, just with a flat colour, or whether you want to kind of step it up a little bit and use a little bit of ombre. So I'll show you how to do that. So I have already been very organised, and I have already cut and die cut my card pieces. So I've got a piece of balmy blue cardstock. Now, anybody else look at this suite and go, what is that blue? What is it? And then look at it and go, it's balmy blue. And go, no, it's not. No, it's not. It absolutely is, because look, that's balmy blue cardstock, and that's balmy blue on there. It is the same colour, but it is not a colour I would ever have gone, oh yeah, balmy blue, love that. No, but in this suite, with peaches. I love this. Very strange, don't know. Then I have got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now this is another thing that I do fairly regularly, is back my designer's paper with Whisper White cardstock. And I just like the effect of the edge. I like that extra layer. I haven't done it on this card, but I just think it adds that extra something. It just makes them a little bit fresh. And then I have gone to my, I know this is not in the suite, but this is probably my most used Stampin' Up product of the moment. And if you haven't got these yet, you're missing out. These are the Stitched So Sweetly dies. They are everywhere on Pinterest. They are everywhere on my blog. I am still bitter for Stampin' Up for retiring my Stitched Shapes dies, but these are my replacement. Haven't used these ones quite so much. These, the biggest one, is ever so slightly bent now, just because it's had that much use in my craft room. So, I have die cut that already. You need these dies in your life. The end of. So, I'm just going to layer up these, this cardstock and designer scissors paper, and then we will get to stamping. Now, I know that you do not need to see me stamp, but this video is doing me a double whammy. And if you are a demonstrator friend in the team, I love you all. If you're a customer watching this on my YouTube channel, I also love you. So this video is a make and take for a team event, but it is also going on my customer, on my YouTube channel as a customer video, because I haven't got the time to be filming twice. So, so I have layered up my cardstock and my designer scissors paper, and I'm going to take my Stitched So Sweetly die, and I have got 4 inks. So I've got Pear Pizzazz, Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya and Balmy Blue. And I'm going to stamp the leaves first in Pear Pizzazz. Couldn't get the name of the ink in my head then. So, Pear Pizzazz ink, which has always been, I have to say, my favourite green. And I'm going to stamp it there, in the middle-ish of my stitched shape. And I'm going to close my ink pad because I will put my finger in it. Then I have got that trio of peaches. And I'm going to ink this up in Pale Papaya. Like that. I'm going to close my Pale Papaya lid before I put my elbow in it, because that will happen. And I'm going to open my Calypso Coral. Now, I have got, admittedly retired, sponge. I've had these sponges for that long that it actually has Calypso Coral written on it. Once upon a time I was very organised. This has probably been in my craft room for 7 years. But anyway, what I'm going to do, you could use a sponge dauber for this as well. Or actually, I've done it with like bits of kitchen paper, or a baby wipe sometimes works quite well. But anyway, so we're going to ink up our sponge material, and we're just going to add the Calypso Coral around one edge of the peaches. Now on the big peach image, this is really easy because you've just got one surface, but you've got 3 peaches, so it's a little bit more complicated. Then, because it's taken me so long to do that, I need to huff on it, so I'm going to breathe on it. And then you can see that these peaches line up perfectly with this stamp. I'll put them down like that. Ombre stamped peaches, so pretty. Now, quick tip. When I first tried to stamp this, I got myself all confused about which way round, and it does only fit really one way. But if you look at the die, at the stamp, can you see there's like little pointy bottoms and little notches in the top of the peaches? So that's how you know it's the right way up. That way is not the right way up, because you've not got the little pointy bottoms at the bottom and the little cutouts at the top. Okay, so pointy bottoms at the bottom. And then I am just going to add some Balmy Blue with these little cute little flower stamps. Isn't that aren't they adorable? Now this is a tip I saw on Patty Bennett a couple of weeks ago, where she said don't use the block that kind of fits the stamp. So normally for that teeny weeny little stamp, you'd use that teeny weeny little block. But if you do that, you can't always see around it, particularly if you're using sentiments. So I've decided I'm not using my tiny weeny little blocks anymore. I'm going to use my big blocks because I can then see through to exactly where I want to stamp, which sounds really simple, but had never occurred to me. So that is that. Now I have also already gone ahead and heat embossed and die cut my sentiment. Now this is using that little strip die again. That's just really pretty and very handy. So, and then we just need to layer it up. So, dimensionals. I want 5 dimensionals on the back of there. Just like that. And then a little bit of seal on the back of my sentiment that I have. That's in Pear Pizzazz cardstock. And that is my make and take. I thought that was really pretty. And actually, can you see the difference? That's a really nice side by side actually, isn't it? Of, you know, just kind of simple layer stamped over that ombre stamping. And so they are all the cards I have made so far. But I am absolutely loving this suite. It's so pretty. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.